Hello everyone, welcome back to Segue Media, and this month's movie is When Harry Met Sally by Rob Reiner. Hello everybody, and Merry Christmas! As you know from last December, Christmas is the time of year where families gather and rewatch their favorite Christmas-themed movies together. These include, but are not limited to, Love Actually, Home Alone, Die Hard, and of course, It's a Wonderful Life. As it's been a whole year since your last pitch, and a lot of English practice since then, what I'll ask you to do is pitch It's a Wonderful Life again, but this time for 2 minutes instead of 1. You can include all the details from last time, but with a whole year's worth of English skill added, and then talk briefly about how you felt watching it again. Did anything change? Did you feel comforted? Did you cry? Did you share the experience with a new friend? Let us know what your new thoughts are. As I've come to learn in Japan, Christmas is not a family-oriented holiday, but instead a romantic one. And so the theme this time will be romantic comedies, or rom-coms for short. Rom-coms typically follow the same basic formula where a man and a woman meet, and at first they hate each other, but eventually they come to realize they actually love each other. It's a tale as old as time, and very rarely do they subvert your expectations. They're like comfort food. When a movie is too predictable, or when you've seen the same thing over and over again, we use the French term cliché. For example, in an action movie, the hero stops the bomb from exploding with only 1 second left on the clock. Or in a murder mystery, the biggest cliché is that the butler is the murderer. Rom-coms are usually full of clichés. We already know exactly what's going to happen. The couple will fall in love and live happily ever after. While that may be a cliché, one of the reasons I like When Harry Met Sally is because even though it's fairly predictable, it avoids a lot of clichés too, making the overall experience worthwhile. When Harry Met Sally is the story of two people who, through the course of their lives, keep bumping into one another. Whether they attend the same party or are stuck together on the same flight, fate seems determined to bring them together, even though every time they meet, they are always butting heads. Soon, however, they start to accept fate and become close friends. But of course, as you may expect, one thing leads to another, and they enter a will they, won't they scenario, where they have to decide between their friendship and a relationship. It's a classic feel-good movie with a lot of iconic moments that are still referenced today. There are two clichés I almost always see in rom-coms. First, there is always a jealous boyfriend or girlfriend who is really overprotective and secretly a terrible person. The cliché might be that this jealous boyfriend lies about the main character to his girlfriend, and when she finds out, she breaks up with him and runs to the hero. Second, there is always a misunderstanding between the two main characters, which could be easily explained. Perhaps the girl catches the guy in an awkward scenario with another girl, but it's not what it looks like. Or perhaps the guy lied about his backstory in some way, and the girl feels betrayed when she finds out, assuming that he lied to her about everything, including his romantic feelings. These are two very common clichés that are in too many movies, and fortunately neither one appears in this one. The only thing keeping the two characters at odds with each other are their personalities and their stubbornness. So the movie feels more authentic than a lot of others in that regard. Since rom-coms follow a similar formula across the board, this will be a relatively easy movie for us to dissect. So we'll be talking about clichés in general too. Are there any you see all the time? I'd also like you to tell me about another rom-com that you like, and you can pitch it to us. Tell us all about why that rom-com in particular is special to you. So, to recap, you'll be pitching It's a Wonderful Life again, as well as pitching your own rom-com that you love, so we have some great recommendations to take from the class. Meanwhile, here are some questions about When Harry Met Sally for you to think about. Question 1. At what point do you think Harry first started to develop real romantic feelings for Sally? And what about Sally for Harry? Question 2. In the original script, Harry and Sally were not meant to end up together. Which do you think should have happened? Will they be better as a couple moving forward, or were they better as friends? Question 3. What was your favorite romantic or feel-good moment in the movie? It could be an action, a line, a gesture. And what about in your favorite rom-com? Question 4. Do you have any interesting romantic stories from your own life or from someone you know? Perhaps a very thoughtful gift or a big gesture? Question 5. What are some cliches you saw in this movie? What about cliches you always see in movies? That's all from me. I hope you enjoy the movie and have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.